Apocalypse Now, We Were Soldiers, Full Metal Jacket. These were among the movies that introduced a wider world to the American GI's best friend. For some 40 years now, Huey has been my best friend in peace and in combat. The Huey helicopter, the Bell UH-1 Iroquois, has barely changed in all these years. Only the wars have changed. The Huey won its stripes in the Vietnam War. The distinctive whoop, whoop, whoop of the rotors told the American GIs that the US cavalry was on its way. No, nothing much about the Huey has changed. It's just a different war. Today, the war is against one particularly dangerous and devastating effect of climate change. As summers become scorchingly hotter, there are ever wider areas of intense drought. Forests, bush, and grasslands have become tinder dry. Wildfires take on a never-before-seen ferocity. Fanned and fueled by fire, winds blast ever stronger, swirling unpredictably. The wind adds wings to the flames, leaping roads and rivers with ease, challenging firefighters in the air and on the ground. Forests and farms, settlements and cities, people and possessions, lives lie in harm's way. But that familiar whoop, whoop, whoop says the Huey is back in combat. My name is Mark Jackson, and I'm proud to be counted amongst the small band of pilots around the world privileged to fly the Huey once again into combat. It's a quite remarkable machine. What makes it special? And is it really, literally, the same aircraft that flew with such distinction in Vietnam? I mean, after all, that was 56 years ago. Many of the aircraft we fly today still show signs of combat. In the fuselage and airframe, you'll still find bullet holes, some patched, some not. Some Hueys still carry insignia from earlier days, medals of valor proudly worn. But it ends there because everything else is brand new. Let me show you around. The essential ritual at the start of every day is the DI, the daily inspection. It's a walk around, up and over and under, a deep delve into the very heart and soul of the aircraft. We're looking at oil levels and fittings, joints, cables, signs of wear, and early signals of parts that may need attention or replacement. Here, where once there was a heavy machine gun, is now the modern-day firefighter's weapon of choice. Bambi. The Bambi bucket carries a ton of water, literally a ton, 1,000 liters, suspended below the Huey and ready for pinpoint delivery, bombing the fire below. But we don't work alone, except in the most inaccessible places. The troops on the ground are the beaters, upwards of 400 brave, rugged, and highly trained men and women. It is tough, tiring, and dangerous work. They meet the fires and the smoke head on. A change in wind direction can have the enemy outflank them in seconds. Our job from the air is to spot, meet, and halt those flanking attacks, and also to add weight to the infantry's frontal assault. We take no prisoners. Every last ember needs to be extinguished if the war isn't to flare up again.
Our firefighters are extremely proud. They come from very humble beginnings. They are trained, they are very fit, and they're very effective. And the communities come to appreciate them, and they are recognized as making a meaningful contribution to their society. The Working on Fire program gained international recognition during the Wildfire Conference in 2011 at Sun City. Since then, we've had a number of international firefighting agencies come to us seeking assistance, seeking the lessons we've learned, and even having our firefighters assisting them with their challenges when they have firestorms internationally. The establishment of the Working on Fire program by government was a prescient assessment of what we needed to do to protect our environment, to protect our lives, and through doing it, giving these young people an opportunity in life through a job which delivers a positive public service. This is not a war that will be won by any particular fire that we fight. It's one that will recur, and one is likely to become much more difficult as the climate change situation evolves.
But wars aren't only won on the front lines. At headquarters, dispatchers and ground staff, mechanics and medics. Spotter pilots stride the skies, searching for the first signs of trouble. It is a massive operation to take on an increasingly massive threat. It's a battle being fought against wildfires around the world. In the Hueys, and because our work is visible, we tend to get most of the attention. We're sometimes even treated like heroes. But the real unsung heroes, the bravest of the brave, are right there in the thick of it. You seldom see them. The assault troops, the firefighters. How dangerous is it? In the years we've operated, we've lost colleagues and friends. But the danger stops no one. They continue the long tradition of valor associated with this magnificent aircraft. The tradition of valor of the men of the US Air Cavalry who took the Huey into battle. Ask yourself, today, where would we be without them? The men, the women, the aircraft that make up this thin red line. These brave firefighters put themselves willingly and literally in the line of fire.